A pair of home games on deck for the Seminoles, beginning first on Saturday against Louisville at 3:30. Welcome to the Nole Insiders game preview. I'm Lane Hurt along with Tim Lenefelt. Tim, Louisville comes to town, a whole different looking team from last year's Bobby Petrino-led squad. Scott Satterfield has seemed to brought a lot of energy to the Cardinals. They've already won as many games as they did last year. What should we expect from a new-look Louisville team?
Well, based on the statistics and what they've done so far, I'd expect Louisville to run a lot. They've got a run-heavy offense. They run on average more than 40 times per game. They've got a freshman running back who averages nearly 7 yards per carry. This is a team, it's going to be a physical game. I asked Willie Taggart about it on Thursday morning before the team went out to practice, and he said they want to have a physical defense. And it's for games like this, and so you're going to get a real test of that and see, kind of what you're made of, because they're going to line it up and run at you, and you got to be able to fill your gaps and make tackles when they present themselves. Otherwise, that's exactly what Louisville wants, is to keep running, and kind of wear you down over the course of a game.
Last week, Juwan Pass, Louisville's quarterback, missed the game. Malik Cunningham filled in. Still don't know what Louisville will be doing at quarterback. It may not matter with, like you said, Javian Hawkins, the freshman running back who's averaging nearly 7 yards a carry. Another test for the defense to potentially get back on track, look better. How big is this week for the defense?
I think from a confidence perspective, this would be a really big game for them. They played, I thought, pretty well at Virginia for a lot of the game, certainly early on, and then kind of some of those familiar demons sort of reared their heads in the fourth quarter. So you'd like to think that playing at home would give a little bit of a boost, and then to know that if you're able to have success against, again, a team that can run the ball really well, both with the running back and also with Juwan Pass, he likes to take off and run. I mean, you Florida State fans, even with the different head coaching staff and different offensive coordinator, Florida State fans are familiar with what he likes to do based on last year's game. If he scans the field and there's nothing open, or even if he makes a read or two and decides he has a lane, he's going to take off and run as well. So it's not all that dissimilar to what you saw from Virginia last week. And then Florida State's guys, they're going to have to be mindful of that. If you're playing man and your back's to the quarterback, you got to keep in mind that that's an option, and so on and so forth, and stick with your assignments and do what you're supposed to do, and not lose not lose sight of the quarterback, because that's when you do, that's when he can hurt you. So no, it's going to be a big challenge for them. I think another challenge, but one that if they're able to meet it and rise to it, could really have a positive impact moving forward.
Louisville's defense, an undersized unit, potential. Again, I know Kendall Briles said it, how much he loves Cam Akers and the importance of making sure he continues to touch the ball. This is another one of those opportunities for Cam Akers to kind of shine and kind of open up everything else for the offense once again.
Yeah, it's actually, I'm glad you made that transition, because I expect a lot of running from Florida State as well. You're right. Louisville, they're not the biggest on their defensive front, but what they are is pretty quick, pretty fast. So, as that tells us, if you're able to get out, and the offensive line and whoever else is blocking on a given play can get to their guy, they should be all right to get those blocks and give Cam Akers some room. The question is, can you get to them fast enough, because they're really quick. And so, there'll be some opportunities there, I think, in the running game for Florida State, some opportunity for Cam Akers, I think, to maybe slip some tackles, break some tackles, and put up some of those types of highlight reel plays that we like to see from him, because as you said, Kendall Briles talked a lot about Cam earlier this week, and he's really strong and quick, and so when you go up against maybe I don't know if undersized is the word, but not as big as maybe some of the defenders you've seen so far, one-on-one, that creates some pretty intriguing opportunities for Cam.
It's the Seminoles and the Cardinals, 3:30 on Saturday, that game on ESPN. But if you live in Tallahassee or near Tallahassee at all, make sure you get in the stadium, go out and support your Noles. Of course, the Nole Insiders will have plenty for you on Seminoles.com after the game as well. For Tim, I'm Lane. Go Noles.